Hi guys, welcome back to the Road to 2000. I've just had my first salad today in like 6 weeks of eating pizza to get the noise cancelling on my walls. So I'm feeling a little bit more rejuvenated. Just been on a family walk as well. So this morning I recorded a video where it was my 500 subscriber question and answer session. So I lost a few points because I was answering questions, but I'm gonna get back on it now. So probably just defend like this and then kick this bishop out. See if they want to exchange it. And then maybe we go for like a big expansion. But first, we're definitely going to play this move to get the bishop out at some point. So let's play that. And try and decide where we're going to put this dark square bishop, guys. That's the question. And see, do we want a castle here? I'm not sure. This pressure's a little bit annoying. Maybe we castle long and get spicy with it. So if here, that looks like a nice pivot. Getting in on this square in the future, or this square. I didn't like the idea of this and them just maybe pushing on my knight in the future. Okay, so they exchange. Okay. But then they get this pawn. So if this, or just bishop. We probably don't want to exchange queens, so let's go like this. Maybe we rebuild on these squares. Just to kick the queen, and then we can slide our bishop out and have some activity there. I'm sort of trying to castle queenside here. I fancy it. So we can't take that. What if... We could add more pressure here. If they push, we push. Exceeding danger level. Like that. And then where can the queen go? I assume this move's coming, hitting my knight, trying to smash things open towards my king. Ah, it's not. Okay. So where do we want our queen? I'm not really sure. Here, and then the rook would be behind the queen after castles. Looks quite nice. Also the queen defending this square. Also allowing ideas like that, hitting the queen. So let's say they move the rook to this square, we'd have like a pin situation going on. But we did lose a pawn there, that little tactic. So we can go like that, bang. Hit the queen. Yes, come on guys. Let's just smash things open. Now this is going to be coming. I've got to be aware of that. But I've got a sliding hole for my bishop, and knight can... Actually, wait. Oh, I was thinking, could I have taken that loose pawn? No. Well, now this pawn's over-defended. If here, I come here and blockade this pawn, which is nice. And if they take, I take, and get my bishop on a nice diagonal. If this, I get both bishops on nice diagonals. So actually, I love the look of that pawn break. Maybe they push this, though, now. So if here, they've got a lot of pressure there. Wait, if they took, that was so good for me, but then pushing is so bad for me. Because I was going to get both my bishops on nice diagonal. And now I'm just anti-developing. So I really don't want to do that. So if this giving another pawn, is that so bad? I don't know if I can justify it, to be honest. So we want to get this move in. So they're hitting my queen. If here, they go like this. That knight's a bit of a clamping piece. I think they're just winning now. But we should be fine. If this comes, we just move. They take, we leave our king in the center, bring the rooks here and push these pawns. Maybe have a big attack. We want to take this knight out though. So bishop here, take would be nice. This also prepares us getting the knight out in order to castle. So if we take, now they're saying they're going to reinforce with another knight. But if we go like this and kick that knight first, that seems like a plan. So this pawn is now under some pressure. So if here... What about this? Developing the knight, defend the pawn. Also stops any ideas of this, we just take. Now we've definitely improved our position there. And now I'm trying to get this move in. To start storming down the board. But do I castle first? Probably should. But you got to play these pawn pushes when you got the chance, guys, you know? We see the chance, we're going to take it. Because, I mean, I'm not really too worried about my king being in the centre. But it would be nice to bring both rooks to these files and start pushing. So if that's not an idea, is it? Apologies, my phone just rang. So they're starting to push on me now. So bang. Let's try it. Kick this knight, start smashing through. This square's still covered by this. And once we kick this knight out, we've then got this tactic of take, take. So here. And then we can, once this knight moves, we've got takes, takes, takes. And then queen's nicely lined up here. And if takes, takes, we just leave our king in the center. So let's win this pawn. Now we're at least even on material. Pressure on the rook, but it's defended. And now we want to play this, open up this bishop. Oh, en passant, I mean, it's got to be, hasn't it? So now this, just threatening rook over, threatening mate, surely. Yeah, let's do it, like that. Oh no, because queen covers the mate square. So actually we might have to respect a move like that and actually recapture it. Okay, so knight now defends. So if, what's the knight actually doing? Adding more pressure to this square. So if like this, maybe bishop can hit us, but if this, I don't see any problem with that. We're just hitting the knight. Defending the pawn. And now we want to bring the rook. We want to get castled. Or just actually bring the king here might be safer than castling. King up. And then rook here. Lining up with the queen. So if here... That doesn't actually change anything. Same amount of pressure on this pawn. So now we've just got some time to bring a rook or play this move. I think our king's pretty safe there. So let's try that. And now bring the rook. Maybe they're going to try and trade queens, but if we take, we damage their structure. Maybe we've got a winning endgame there. Right, so I was going to take the pawn, but just checking, is taking with the knight any good? I think pawn blockades their position a little bit more, so let's try that. Knight is required to defend this pawn. But now the rook's I didn't count the rook there. I didn't count the rook as an attacker for some reason. But if this, can't we just pin this knight now? What have they got? They can't check us, so let's just pin the knight. Can they hit my queen? No. So I think that's a mistake. No, we've just got massive pressure on it. And they can't reinforce the knight anymore, I don't think. So takes, 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 and we got more pressure. So I think they sort of took that pawn a little bit greedily there, not looking at the pin. So takes, but we can take with this. But then if they take, oh, that might be a good move actually. If this, check, they just capture me. Does that hold everything together? Surely not. This here, and then captures, and rook takes at the end. So if this, they can go. So say this, and then we lose the exchange. We take their queen. They've got to take back, right? And if they take with a rook, we take their queen. They take back, and then we go bang, bang. So yeah, we just take like this, and then we're protecting the queen, right? I think. There's no check, so I'm not worried. I think we just won a piece there. And now we want this queen trade. Really want to damage the structure now, guys. But I think if they take me, I take them. We just up a couple of points. Up a minor piece. What? Oh, it's a misclick. But even if... Alright, so they tried to take. Even if takes, we just go take. They've got to take the queen, right? Oh, or in-between move. Actually, there's an in-between move. Check. Which I didn't calculate. So if we take, they go check. Here. Take. And actually, that's... Is that winning? The structure is awful, but they are just up a piece there. Wow. We got away with that one, guys. Why is it saying I've got 9 minutes on the clock? I definitely didn't. Yeah, I didn't see that that was check at the end. Oh, maybe we play another game. 4 mistakes, 0 blunders. Not my best. But a win's a win, guys. Let's keep going. Yeah. In between move check. Wow. So 1490 American with a flair. Premium member, guys. Okay. Let's see what this guy wants. Let's see if he's feeling aggressive. So we can take damage to structure. Probably not worth it. We just play like this normally. I just love the roulette pets, and I just never get into trouble playing it. I just always get out the opening, always get a nice position. So do we want to break here? It leaves this pawn a bit weak. I think probably just get the knight out like that is okay. So if this here, this is fine. Just maintain the pressure. Okay, so they want to expand on their queen side. Fair enough. So now this bishop is a monster on this diagonal. And now, do we want to castle into this pawn storm? Probably not. We probably castle like this. We probably want to play this prophylactic move just to stop the bishop and knight coming here to this g4 square. Yeah. What do we fancy? Castles. Just solid, isn't it? 9 minutes left. Wow, they're pawn storming on both sides of the board. That makes me want to sack really badly. So here, here, here. Or takes, and have the knight at the end. What would the knight be doing? If this, getting the knight, we could go like... I don't know if the sack is working. What if this? If takes. If this and we take, they take, it looks a bit uncomfortable for us. So maybe we stop that move by going here. But then this. Ugh. If here, this comes with check. They take. We recapture. There and here. So I don't really fancy these lines, guys. Do any of these sacrifices look okay? Here, here, here. These bishops just look like they're going to come alive, don't they? You know what? At the end, actually, if we do this way, and then the knight and bishop are actually piling up pressure on this square, I just realized. And that'd be a fork of the queen and rook we're threatening. And it's hard to see. Like, this bishop is just cutting through this structure. So let's see if they notice. And if rook here... yeah, rook here looks very natural and falls victim to this bishop move. I think they've taken enough time where I think they've seen the threat now. The only thing is we can't get our queen out that easily. It's got to come to this square. Maybe we break like this. Currently they just take. We take. I'm not sure. This is also a threat. Takes with a rook. And then they're counter sacking. And then it's just an absolute mess of a position. Yeah, they're thinking, what do we do about this? Maybe rook here. But look, I mean, this. I don't want it to come alive. You know, these bishops are not great as it is, but well, the dark square one isn't. The light square one's pretty good. But this is a bit weird here. This knight jump is a thing that can happen. Hit our bishop actually. And this sack is definitely a thing. Although we take, so it's not a thing right now. Okay, come on, let's make it 2-2, guys. Come on. I really want to get up to my all-time high 10 minutes. It's really been bugging me, the fact that I was better after 2 months of playing chess than I am now after like 8 months of playing chess, or however long it is. Okay. So if takes, or if takes, we just win the pawn. Wow, that's desperate. So they couldn't find a good way to stop this idea of attacking this pawn. So they're choosing to give away a pawn. So if this, our knight hits the queen at the end. We're also threatening check, which looks good. We're threatening the queen, hitting this pawn. That knight is a monster. Whereas if we take with the knight and then we have a bishop at the end, I mean, the bishop's also strong, but it's not actually creating threats. So I say we actually give up the bishop here. And then hit the queen. Okay, so we'd love to get queen out here. Oh, I was looking at that. So if this knight takes, pawn takes, we're just defending this piece on an outpost square. And here, if they take the knight, they get forked. So let's see if they fall for it. This looks interesting. Yeah, that looks really cool. If they just take this, bang. Queen, king, rook. And that's going to be a thumbnail, guys. That's going to be the royal fork thumbnail. And if captures, we just get our knight on a nice outpost square. And we're also hitting this knight, which is uncomfortable for them. But then knight in, maybe we push it. And then the knight's got to go back. Yeah, actually, the knight would be trapped there, right? I think. Oh, no. Knight here. Oh, so they cover this square. Wow, but this check looks interesting because then we can get queen out somehow. What about this? If takes, do we get anything? Oh, this looks like we've got something, but they're somehow just defending everything. If this, I don't know. So they want to take this to try and clarify the position, right? If here, we're loading up pressure on this piece. What if check, right? Look at the forcing moves. If check, you know, they might come and hit the knight, and then actually, what are we doing? This looks good, just improving the queen. This to try and get the rook involved, and then we can maybe recapture with this piece and come in like that. Oh, everything looks pretty good for us right now, guys. We've got a space advantage. Knights are absolute monsters. So now this is a threat. Yeah, so this is a threat. Because we've no longer got the fork. But if this... we got check at the end, does that help? Or just check straight away, pivoting back here. I don't know, let's give a check. Let's see where they go with the king, and some tactics might just emerge here. I'd love to develop the queen and protect the knight, but it's not happening. So I think they're probably going to hit the knight, and we pivot back. Oh, but then takes, and then they take my knight at the end, right? If we go back here. So we probably have to throw in a capture. So if takes here, we get to hit the queen or the king, which is nice. And if takes here, is this knight very good? I don't think this knight's very good, but the bishop's also awful. If takes, and then here we're hitting the bishop. This is sort of more forcing, right? See which one you want to take. So that king's in the middle of nowhere, but it's... I just need to bring my queen, right? Really badly. I'd love to get the rook involved as well. They take, I bring the rook. This knight's pinned. So that stops me... actually, I've just lost a bit of advantage, haven't I? I didn't see that recapture. Because now back here, they just win a pawn. And actually, they might be attacking. And there's nowhere to defend this knight with the queen. This. They've got two attackers. So we have to give up a pawn here. Annoying. But then look at their king, guys, you know. Look at it. So this is tempting, but I probably should know what I've got. I've got a safe king. Let's not ruin that. Oh, there's going to be so many tactics here. So, like, if they get queen here, maybe they can try and sack. Oh, this looks like they're going to be attacking me very soon, guys. This and this. Or this. If takes, takes. No, this looks awful. Did they just sack and win? Well, actually, no. I take with the queen. If this... I reinforce. No, it pins my queen to my king. It's actually looking really scary, guys. Even though ours is the traditionally safe king and theirs is out in the open, it's actually us that's getting attacked here. Not sure. How do we start attacking their king? This? Or this to try and get a check in? We've got a move. Like... They're not doing anything right now, but even just bringing the other rook just looks monstrous, because then this is a threat with the pawn being pinned. So if they bring this rook. Yeah, even just the sack looks good. So check, does that help? If this, and then the rook comes here, check, here, rook and mate. Do we even take the rook? But then they get this, and they're just threatening mate. Take the rook. Wow. I think this is just forced mate. My king is just getting destroyed. We've got a check, but after this... What have we got? I don't know. Let's try the check. I'm getting desperate, guys. Lot with a queen, I'd be happy with that. Take, and then there wouldn't be a mating threat. But they just move the king. Keep the queen on the board. Yeah. Just a big attack. And we sacked to give them this... I think this just whole idea was bad. We sacked to open up their king side. But it just gave them open lines to attack my king. That's all it really did. And they just have the audacity to push a pawn. What if this? They just take. If this, we just get mated. Check. If here, they go check. If here, they go mate or check. Here, mate. 1 minute left. I don't know, do I do that and try and hold on? Seems like my only chance. Even this, like, king over, queen in, king there, rook there. How do I even stop mate? Or that, yeah, anything. Anything's just unstoppable mate right now. Yeah, let's resign. So guys, I've learned something. We opened up the side of the board that they were going to attack on. I thought I was opening up their king to attack, but actually their king was just safe. This was so losing, I think. I think that whole sack was just wrong. Yeah, it instantly just lost. See here, I felt really good. I just misevaluated this. I didn't see this recapture. Oh, I should have took. If I took the knight, they take. Then I get this, because then they can't bring the knight involved. It's saying here in order to hit the bishop. Yeah, I'm not even attacking because I couldn't even really get in with my queen at any point. So I'm learning, guys. 1 win, 1 loss. Not the best, but hope you enjoyed. If you did, like and subscribe. See you next time. Cheers.